the shadows. I want to watch it 10 times. No, 20. Hooray!
The movie was great. I really loved it. What do you think about the movie?
Yes, it was a great movie. Let's call Jason to talk about it. Jason!
Alright, we just got back from seeing, why you guys still wearing the 3D glasses? Oh gosh, come on guys, you can't, the movie's over. I know how exciting it was. So we...
Jason, Donatello is coming too.
Okay, Donatello's coming too?
Yes.
Jason!
Yes.
Do you want popcorn?
Oh my gosh.
It's the rest of the popcorn.
It's the rest of the popcorn? You didn't have...
I enjoyed the movie so much.
You enjoyed the movie a lot?
Yes, more than...
I'm gonna put the popcorn up here, alright? I think you guys ate enough popcorn, alright? Oh my gosh, my wallet's probably like completely empty by now, because of you four. But, as you know, speaking of four, where's Michelangelo?
I didn't see him.
You didn't see him?
I think he will join us soon.
Oh, okay.
Mikey, you have a pizza. Hey, buddy, give me pizza. I said give me pizza. Just to let you know, this is Leonardo. This huge guy is Raphael. This handsome guy, which is your favorite one, is Michelangelo. That guy right there is Donatello. He's a good guy. I go to watch movie. Hooray!
So, we just got back from seeing the movie, the second Ninja Turtles movie, Out of the Shadows, and it was we actually all of us really enjoyed it. Isn't that right, guys?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you can kind of compare this movie to the second Ninja Turtles movie, Secret of the Ooze. So back then, back in the 90s, 1990 to be exact, when the first movie came out, there was a lot of backlash from the parents, and they wanted to tone down the violence of the movie, and that's what Secret of Ooze did. They actually made it more similar to the cartoon at the time. So this one, Out of the Shadows, they faced another backlash, and that's actually from the fans. The fans were very upset and very vocal from the first movie about how it wasn't that faithful to the franchise at all, and like you can see just here at the very beginning where we see the turtles, and they kind of almost introduce them just like they do in the current Nickelodeon series, which was actually pretty cool. And something else that this movie does is not only does it bring in just more turtle Easter eggs and just like more characteristics that people.
Yes, Jason, I really like the characteristics.
Yeah, the characters were really cool. Like, so.
Did you see my character?
Yeah. Your character was actually really cool. What I actually really liked about your character, I really liked how he was kind of just in charge and everything, and so.
Monkey driver! So fun!
So this movie, what they do is they focus more on the actual turtles than the actual human characters. That was a big complaint about the first movie. Was everyone complained it was more about Megan Fox. This one, they put the turtles front and center, and one of the probably the best storylines we actually got from this movie was actually from the turtles, and that is, so at one point in the movie, Michelangelo, he gets to a point where he wants to like just be with the humans, and he doesn't want to be in the sewers. At the beginning, they try to go to see a basketball game that kind of like messes up and everything, and And like, and in fact, like at one point it's actually Halloween, and Michelangelo's like out in the streets, and the other three brothers, they actually kind of like grab him. No,
Jason,
Get back here. What part of move in the shadows don't you understand?
that part was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so exciting.
yeah, it really was. It really was a lot of excitement and everything, and it brought in this.
Everyone was dancing.
Yes, the dancing part. Yeah, that was actually really cool. And like from there, we get this like brotherly internal struggle between the turtles, where they find a substance that lets them turn into humans. And
I was really mad at that part.
yeah, you and Michelangelo, you guys were ready to become humans. Well, Leonardo, he went ahead and made the decision without even talking to you guys, and tried to even hide it from you guys.
Stuck down here forever.
If there's a chance that'd make us human.
We're turtles, whether you like it or not.
To make it that you guys will just stay the turtles, and like, and not even go through that part. It was something that was really cool. I just made that, like, so we got to a point where the turtles kind of like split themselves up, where it was Leonardo with Donatello, and like Raphael and Michelangelo, and throughout some of these mishaps and everything, they actually get to a point where the humans actually discover the turtles. And but this part was actually kind of a little emotional. I mean, as emotional as this movie can get. I mean, it is a Ninja Turtles movie and everything. Don't expect like Pixar level stuff or anything like that. But like when Michelangelo like felt like they were attacking them, and they looked at him as monsters. Like, you do feel for Michelangelo. That's like, he was.
I felt so bad that part for Michelangelo.
Yeah, I know. It really was. It was like really.
Poor Michelangelo.
Yeah, I know. Poor Michelangelo. He really should be over here, like, talking about this with the.
Yes, I cannot forget his face, that part.
Yeah, exactly. It was actually it was very well done.
Jason, did you see how big I was in the movie?
Yeah.
I was stronger than all of the turtles. Sorry, brothers, I was stronger.
Speaking of you, Raphael, you're a little afraid of heights there. You didn't want to jump out of the plane while the other turtles went.
Oh boy.
We gotta go now. We only have a 30-second window. You know the plan.
I just fall down that my brother doesn't scare me.
You don't want him to scare. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you did. You jumped out of the plane. You were the first one to jump out of the plane.
Thank you, Donatello. Thank you.
And and that was actually something else that the fan backlash actually brought into this movie, was we got a lot more humor into this movie than the first one. And that scene in particular was actually like when Raphael just smacks face plant into the plane. It's actually really fun. Everyone in the theater just laughed, and you could just, from the excitement, you can just tell that everyone was just really enjoying themselves. So this movie, they bring in some characters, and they bring in characters that fans been wanting in movies. Oh my gosh, for the past 25 years. And that is Bebop, Rocksteady, and Krang.
Oh yes, that's about them.
Yeah, exactly. And so Bebop and Rocksteady, every scene they're in, they really steal the show. Every scene that they are in, they really bring in the whole PG-13 into this movie.
Did you see how rude they were?
They were very rude. Exactly. They were really rude and everything. And so something I really do appreciate about this movie is that, like, nowadays with kids movies and typical PG-13 movies, they always have to include these sophomore jokes and everything. I understand. It's what people apparently want. I mean, I guess I'm a little too old for that. But I can understand why they put this stuff in there. What I really liked was that everything that was sophomoric, all the passing gas, all the immature things, they just gave it to Bebop and Rocksteady, and it just fit with them perfect. And I like that they didn't try to force it on to to other characters. Now, another thing that PG-13 movies seem to be doing, and actually just movies in general, I want to say even kid cartoons even do this. So I really commended the first movie because they didn't really show off Megan Fox's body. In this movie, the opening scene when she's undercover, pay attention to her undercover name. It's actually a really cool Easter egg right there. But when she's undercover, immediately they are just showing off her body like every other Megan Fox movie there has been. And I mean, I understand why they do it, and I really wish they didn't go that route.
Why they put bears here? They should put turtles. Look at them. Movie.
Another thing with April in this movie is that at the beginning she's going undercover. She's trying to find out things for the turtles and everything. Throughout the whole movie,
Jason.
Yeah.
I want to say a secret to you.
What's that, Donatello?
Actually, I like the April in the cartoon series more.
You like the April in the cartoon series more?
Yes,
You know what? You're not the only one, alright?
She looks more innocent.
Yes, she does look more innocent. But so going back to April though, throughout the whole movie, I kept questioning myself. I wasn't sure if she was a reporter or she just, at this point, just helping the turtles. They really don't make it clear until the very end. At the very end, there's a point where it is pretty clear. So Megan Fox returns as April, and also Will Arnett returns as Vern. And Will Arnett, he really plays out the character really good. At this point, what's really good about Vernon is that it's just what really matches his character from the original cartoon series is that his head just got even bigger than what it should be, because basically he took the credit of the turtles from the last movie because the turtles don't want to expose themselves to the world. And just throughout this series of events is actually really cool. I really like Will Arnett still plays as Job, but from Arrested Development, but he plays Job really well. And it really shows on here. All the turtle actors return except for one. The voice of Leonardo is not Johnny Knoxville anymore. Instead, it is the mocap actor who was the mocap actor from the first movie. And honestly, you're probably not going to notice. I didn't even notice until the end when I saw it in the credits. I didn't feel like John Knoxville really added anything to Leonardo's voice, and just the fact that his voice got replaced, it didn't feel out of place or anything like that. But one major character did get replaced, and that was Shredder. So Shredder, he's completely different in this movie. So in the last movie, I was complaining because I always felt like Shredder was more of the lackey to Eric Sachs's character from the first movie. Over here, it's almost...
Jason?
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried. Maybe Michael didn't to fight with Shredder. He still didn't come.
He still didn't... Yeah, you're right, he still didn't come. You're absolutely right, alright? Yeah, check out... Maybe he was playing video games or something, but yeah.
It's so fun here. Oh, let's play this one. Look at this beauty. So glad I'm here. It's so fun. Yay!
But as I was saying, Shredder can completely different character in this movie. He's the one who's calling the shots, and he's the one who's sending out everybody. One thing that will kind of disappoint people is that, so even though the toys and the merchandising and the advertising, we're seeing Shredder in his full armor, we actually never see Shredder in his full armor until one part of the movie. And then once he puts it on, we don't actually see him do anything with it. And we went from like Shredder like doing too much attacking to Shredder taking too much of a backseat. It was kind of weird and everything with that. But it did happen. I mean, there's a lot of other things going on the screen that will distract you. Bebop and Rocksteady really take the focus for the action on all their scenes, and like we got a really cool tank fight. Remember the tank fight, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. So we got them. We also got another fan favorite character, which I was really happy. So something you guys gotta pay attention to is in the back of Casey's car actually says Mirage 84. You guys don't know the importance of that? Mirage is the comic book company that actually published Ninja Turtles back in the day. Whole story about that. I'm not going to get into it right now.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. 1984 is when the comic book first came out in the U.S.
That's really cool.
Well, actually, worldwide, I should say. That was actually really cool. So with Casey's a completely different character. This is where I can see people kind of get upset. So Casey, instead of being a vigilante who there's so many backstories with Casey Jones. Like in the original comics, he was just a vigilante because he watched too much television. In the 2003 series, his dad got killed by the Purple Dragon, and he wants revenge. In this movie, he's actually a police officer who wants to become detective. And so, like, we get that. We get that. There's completely a 180 on his character. He's much more level-headed in this actual movie than he is in any of the comic book series or the cartoon series. And so we see, we look at the toys of Casey Jones. He has a hockey mask. He has the hockey sticks. I mean, the action figure comes with the rollerblades and everything. We only see him in that getup for one scene, and they actually explain why he doesn't wear the hockey mask. And it's actually pretty funny. I give props for that. I will say this will kind of like turn some people off and everything, and it's very misleading on the marketing side. On where people were expecting Casey to be one thing, and they gave us something completely different. But I will say Stephen Amell, he actually does a really good job as Casey. He does. It plays more as his Oliver Queen character from Arrow. Probably actually a little more level-headed than that character, but he does play it really good. I will say, even though this was a big departure from Casey, I like the way they did it, and I didn't feel like they really ruined the actual character of Casey. So speaking of characters,
Jason,
Yeah.
you can talk about characters. Leonardo told me to go and look for them. Michelangelo.
All right. Go ahead and look for Michelangelo. Let me know where he's at.
Yes, I will watch this video.
All right. So speaking of characters, the person who created you guys, well, one half of the team that created you guys was actually in this movie. He actually was in the very beginning. He's the pizza man, and that's Kevin Eastman, which is actually a really cool character, a really cool guy. I actually met him, and I talked to him before. Really nice guy. I really if you guys, I hope all you guys who are watching this really have a chance to meet him and talk to him. He's a really great guy and like very open to everything. And I really mean everything.
He was in the very beginning of the scene, isn't it?
Yeah. He was the pizza guy in the very beginning. Remember?
Ah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, Michelangelo even says, "Thanks, Kevin."
Oh, cool.
Yeah, exactly. So that was pretty cool. And so let's go ahead and talk about the last new character, which is Crank. And there are some other like characters. Well, one other character from the Ninja Turtles, franchise. He wasn't that big into the movie, so that's why I'm kind of glossing over him. But Crane. What I was kind of surprised, just because I didn't see him in any of the trailers. I know he's been in trailers, but when I went to go see this movie, I only saw one trailer going in. I was really expecting him to be just someone we don't see until the end. We actually see him towards the beginning, and he's actually voiced by Brad Garrett, and he's actually most known for being the older brother in Everyone Loves Raymond. I will say with Brad Garrett, he's done a lot of voices before. I could not, and usually when he talks, when he does voices, I can tell when it's him. This one, I actually could not tell it was him until I saw the credits, which I was kind of surprised. And the effects on Krang and looks really good and everything. And then once we get to the third act, the final act with the big climax and everything, when he when he is ready to fight with the turtles and all that stuff, it's actually really cool action. There's actually one scene where Michelangelo's on the skateboard and with almost a GoPro kind of thing, which actually was really cool. Really fit his character.
Where is Michelangelo?
That's a good question. Where is Michelangelo? Oh my gosh.
Okay, let me jump on the chase till the movie starts. Yay! Go ninja, go ninja, go!
But everything about him is actually really cool. I will say one nitpick I have, and I don't know, maybe it was they cut some stuff out. I'm not too sure, but so when Krang is coming to Earth and everything, he brings his vehicle, and I'm sure if you guys are big Ninja Turtles fan, you guys know what the vehicle name is and everything. In fact, the Turtles were such big fans of themselves that they didn't need to know what the vehicle name was, because Donatello went ahead and said it without anyone actually telling him what it is. But other than that, it's actually really cool. One of the things I didn't like about the first movie was the story was very weak. It really felt more like a Saturday morning cartoon than a Ninja Turtle plot that you would want to see in a movie. This one, I will say, it feels like a plot for a good Ninja Turtle story, and it's something a really good introductory plot and everything. So I will say, if you guys like the first movie, you guys are gonna love this movie. Now, if you guys saw the first movie and didn't like it, but you're really big Ninja Turtles fans, I will say go ahead and watch this movie. I think you guys will enjoy it a lot more than the first movie, and it really, like I said, it really plays up to the Ninja Turtle fans, and it's a really good direction that this franchise is going forward to, and hopefully we'll get a third movie, and that will even expand it even further. We live in a world, we live in a world where Transformers is going to their 5th movie, and they just don't care about the fans. They just want to make the movies that's been selling well. The first Ninja Turtles movie sold really well. They could have gone this route, but instead they actually took the time to listen to the fans and gave what the fans were wanting and looking forward to. And that's actually something I really appreciate about this movie, that I cannot wait to see it again. It was very enjoyable. Just what they got right really well. We got more focus onto the Turtles this time around. In fact, Casey, who is a new character, got hardly any screen time, and which, to be honest, I didn't mind, just because it just meant we got more Turtles, more Bebop and Rocksteady all together. Is there anything else you guys want to add about this movie and everything?
You didn't talk about the Splinter, you talked about all the characters.
Splinter? Oh gosh, you're right, I didn't talk about Splinter. So, alright, the first movie, I really felt that I really didn't like the design of Splinter, and I will say action figure wise, like both this movie action figure and the last movie action figure, they're both really ugly. I saw Splinter. I don't know. Maybe it's because I liked everything else much better about the movie, but he looked a lot better. And this time he has brown robes to match more of his character from the cartoons, and he's still voiced by Tony Shalhoub. He didn't get replaced. In fact, his mocap actor actually got replaced. But you guys aren't going to notice that because of his CGI. But he doesn't play that much of an important. He doesn't play that much into it, and unfortunately, we don't get a cool fight scene like we did in the first movie with him. But still, he just looked better. I really liked him, and everything, but he just seemed a lot. He just seemed like they did a lot better job with him this movie than the last movie.
Jason,
Yes.
yeah, can you take this one?
Oh, it's my wallet. Where was this?
Actually, I didn't find my calendar, but I found this one on the floor. Maybe something happened to him. Maybe someone kidnapped him.
Where's my money and my credit cards? Oh my gosh!
It was empty when I found it.
It was empty. Oh, all right, guys. We're going back to the movie theater. We got hopefully they at least have my credit cards over there. I mean, oh gosh. All right. So if you guys saw the movie, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna go back to the movie theater. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully my credit cards. Hopefully my credit cards are over there. You know what? In fact, Raphael, you stay here. Try to find Michelangelo. Just let him know where we are. All right. As I said, sorry, I'm getting so distracted here. If you guys saw the movie, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about it, and just how do you feel just in general, and let me know if you guys want a Ninja Turtles 3. All right. Till next time, guys. I'll see you guys. All right. Look for Michelangelo. I'm gonna go. Find my wallet. All right.
Oh no! I don't need to shoot. I got my board. Where's Mikey? Why always I should say this part myself? If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to watch more videos, please click here or come to the movie theater. Also, I'm not talking the movie theater. Like and subscribe. いっ、よいしょよいしょ。